Hey everybody, what's up? It's Friday. I am pumped that it's Friday, but I am not pumped to be awake. I don't know why, but I was just very grouchy to hear that alarm sound this morning. I did not want to get up and get moving, even though I know it's Friday. Just one more day, get a couple days off, can sleep in tomorrow, can sleep in Sunday. I don't know. I'll shake it off, though. I pounded down some coffee. Yeah, it'll kick in eventually. Just got to get that motivation going. Got to find some fun stuff to talk about. Do have a few topics that myself and my wife came up with last night. We'll get into those later on the show. It was a fun evening. Just didn't accomplish anything. Then I woke up this morning and I start on my way here, freezing in my truck on the way here, remembering things I wanted to get done yesterday that I did not complete. Oh well, yeah, it's the weekend. Just have to start the laundry over. Whoops, because I'm sure it's in bad shape. That's all right. You just shake it off. Shake it off, right? Like Taylor Swift would say, shake it off. So, gonna start digging here with the old content shovel. See what I can find to share with you, and we'll crush down Friday, get it over with as quickly as possible. And then before we know it, day will be over, right? Okay. Yay. All right, already seeing stupid things on Facebook, so, yeah. Hopefully the rest of the content is not just more political crap. I think we're all fed up with that. All right. I am going to get moving here. So let's play a song or something and I'll wake myself up. Felt like listening to a little bit of Devin Townsend to get me going. Did it get me going? Nah, not really. I'm waking up here. We'll get through this day somehow. People are just so annoying. I was going through my Facebook notifications, most of which are good. You know, my lady sending me funny videos and things like that, but I forgot I had commented on a post from East Idaho News about, it was a video post they made about the protests that happened yesterday. A bunch of high school kids walked out and did a protest. And just some people are so weird. Like, just verbally abusing, young people. I'm going to get on here and I'm going to call these kids some names. Like, I can understand, having an opposing viewpoint, but this is America. You can get out and protest whatever you want, right? Like, if you don't agree, I don't know. It doesn't seem like you need to just verbally attack basically children, but these kids don't know anything. Some of the phrases I certainly would not say on the radio, but people need to just chill out a little bit. It's like, get off your phone. Like, I don't know, go for a walk. I don't know, play some video games, find something fun to do. There are some people I see that all they do is dump anger on social media all day, every day. It's like, do you know what you're doing to yourself? Keeping yourself worked up like that? Gotta chill out. Gotta calm down. All right? Yes. The world's weird. We got some problems. But you're gonna give yourself, an aneurysm or something. Gotta settle down a little bit. It's not worth being mad all the time. When you're yelling at kids online, you've reached the point where you gotta reassess, all right? People are so crazy. Anyway, I'll find something else to talk about. That's what happened as I started going through my notifications. Just saw some of the comments. It's like, oh my goodness, people are crazy. Just nuts. Psychos, as we talked about yesterday. It's so annoying when you're, a little bit tired and grumpy. And then you stumble across a post Hey, what improved your quality of life so much you wish you did it sooner? Sitting there thinking about the things you could do to be doing better in the morning. Like, oh, go to bed a little bit earlier, fool. Come on. Well, let's find out what people are saying. Maybe I'll get some tips here for you or myself and improve things a bit. All right, seeing a therapist. It's been a while since I have gone to visit mine. Was actually mentioning to my lady I needed to get myself an appointment lined up. We'll see if I remember to do that after they open up. No, it's good for you. It's good for you. Every time I go, I'm glad I did. I don't know why I just slack sometimes on setting up those appointments when it gets to be, a good amount of time that has passed since the last one. Just kind of forget. I should be taking notes. Let's see. Of course, they're going to mention eating whole foods and exercising. Yeah, I know. I need to do more exercising. So far, I'm striking out on the entire list. I'm sure somebody on here is going to mention get a good amount of sleep each night. This is all going to be common sense stuff, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, this person says paying for a laundry service. I mean, I don't know. That seems like work. Just as easy to... I've been feeling it doing laundry, though. I leave it in the washing machine, and then it gets all, gross, and you have to do it again. It's just wasteful. Maybe I should dump all my clothes off somewhere, have somebody else do it. Stretching every morning. Okay, I'd have to get up a little bit earlier to have the time to be sitting around stretching. I don't know, a nice stretch does sound kind of good. Oh, this person said, started using my CPAP regularly. Night and day difference. Yeah, get yourself a sleep study. It's good to know if you have sleep issues. I do. And I know when I fail to use the CPAP, I just want to punch myself in the face. I think I did pretty good last night, but when I woke up, I was like sleeping kind of face down. I must have rolled over on my stomach, and it seemed like things weren't working properly. Probably drove my lady nuts while we were sleeping. Let's see here. This person said meal prepping on Sundays. Yeah, and you got all your food ready for the week. Easier said than done. Easier said than done. All right, this person said, getting a dog. Well, I've already got a zoo at my house. I think Becca was trying to talk me into getting another dog last night. I think she had me convinced. What was I thinking? That's crazy talk. Already way too many animals in that house. The cats would go nuts. Already got enough issues with them. This person said moving to a more warm, sunny city. Yeah. I should probably be taking the vitamins recommended by my doctors during the winter time. Because perhaps it's just been this cold snap got me grouchy. Making me want to just stay in bed, all warm, sleeping. Yeah. Moving to a more warm, sunny city does sound pretty good. Yeah. All right. I think I'm going to stop reading these tips on improving quality of life. Because it's like I'm stuck here at work. I can't be doing this stuff right now. All right? I got to entertain people. I'll see what I can find. Always kind of weird when strange coincidences happen, and they're not even that big of a deal. It's just like, am I just tired? Why is this weirding me out? So, I threw on my Pet Sematary t-shirt today. Becca just started reading that book. She's, not familiar with the story. Somehow, she avoided hearing what that story's about. So I was like, don't read the inside cover. Don't do anything. Just dive in and read this book. It's excellent. You're going to love it. And as I'm scrolling the internet looking for stuff to talk about, somebody had posted a screenshot in the Stephen King subreddit of a certain section of that book. And they're like, it's about to go off. Getting a lot of upvotes. And I was like, I know what's going on. Once you get to that point of the book, I'm like so excited for her to continue reading it. Makes me want to read it again. I just need to read something. It's been a goal recently. I'm sure I've talked about it on the show, doing more reading. And for whatever reason, just get too sleepy before I get to the point of reading. Need to get into bed a little bit earlier, get some of that reading done. Plus, it helps me fall asleep. Maybe that would be a great way to get to bed earlier. Because it's kind of like being in the movie theater. It's one of those things that just I start reading, I get sleepy. I don't know. I got to give the movie theater another shot. I've only gone once in the last couple years, and I went by myself, ended up falling asleep. I've talked about it. It was embarrassing. Got up and left when I woke up. Because I figure I was snoring. I mean, nobody was looking at me weird when I woke up or anything, but I know how I am when I fall asleep. Yeah. Chainsaw, loud. But perhaps since I was sitting up, maybe it wasn't bad. I don't know. Anyway, read a good book, everybody. Get yourself a book and do some reading. Read Pet Sematary. It's a fantastic horror novel. And, then watch the movie. The old one. The newer one they made a couple years ago was garbage. They had so much opportunity, and they just ruined it. Oh, it was terrible. I think it's time for some raw meat energy drink. Oh, man. I don't know why I'm so beat. Could be worse. Could be like, I don't know, trying to get into a fraternity and being stuck in a basement, shirtless, getting covered in all kinds of weird stuff, and just standing there blindfolded in the dark. You seen this video going around? What it reminds me of is a scene from the movie Weapons. So you got this body cam footage. I don't know why the cops were called to this place. It's a fraternity house in Iowa. And yeah, the video's a little bit unsettling because these guys are just standing there, shirtless, blindfolded, in the dark, in a basement. Not saying anything, just standing there. It does look like a horror movie. I guess the fraternity got into a little bit of trouble for this one. They've been suspended from being a fraternity till 2029. You shouldn't haze people like that. Yeah, I mean, it really does look like a scene from the movie Weapons. I don't want to spoil that movie, but if you've seen it, I'm sure you'll know what I'm talking about. So yeah, at least I'm not having to deal with that crap. I'd rather be tired than standing, shirtless, blindfolded, covered in goo in a basement. Ugh. Gross. All right. I'm working hard on finding some freak news. Wish me luck on that. We'll see how it goes here in a few. Well, if you haven't seen this on social media yet today, President Trump has promised to declassify every piece of information on aliens, UFOs, and UAPs. This is what he, what do you call it? It's not a tweet. It's on the Truth Social platform. I don't know, a post. Said, based on the tremendous interest shown, I will be directing the Secretary of War and other relevant departments and agencies to begin the process of identifying and releasing government files related to alien and extraterrestrial life, unidentified aerial phenomena, and unidentified flying objects, and any and all other information connected to these highly complex but extremely interesting and important matters. All right, bring it on. We were promised years ago the 4K video of UFOs. But you know what happens when the government releases information, right? It's all going to be all blacked out. We ain't going to be able to get any information. It'll all be redacted. Like, check it out. Here's a great photo. It's all black. Well, we can hope something interesting will come out of it. Well, I just want to know. Want to know what's up with these aliens. That could change the world. Probably just be boring. You know, every time classified information gets released. Yeah. Do we get much information out of it? No. All right, well, we'll see what comes of that. Let's see here. This woman in Australia, she's a complete maniac. I say this because she was walking around barefoot. Yeah, in Australia. You know what happens? Bad stuff. Apparently, a copperhead snake wrapped around her leg as she was walking through her backyard. You know, venomous snake could have killed her dead, but luckily, for some reason, it didn't bite her. It sure looked like, watching the video, that it was trying to bite her. And, she was a little bit shaky when the snake catcher caught up with her and talked to her. But, well, no kidding. Yeah. If a snake that could kill you wraps around your leg, you're probably going to be a little bit shaky, all right? Have you ever, seen a rattlesnake? Just seeing them is, frightening. I mean, Jade's had really close encounters with rattlesnakes before because he's got to go up in the mountains, work on, transmitter stuff. All of a sudden, snake in your face. Oh, horrifying. All right, what else do we have here? Flames erupt from Brooklyn manholes as cars explode and hundreds are evacuated. Yeah, more than 200 people evacuated after 2 manhole fires erupted during a gas leak in Brooklyn. And they've got video footage of, these manholes with just flames shooting out of them, lighting cars on fire. That's a weird night, It's a strange evening. You look out your window and you got fire just shooting out of the ground. Holy crap. Fires raged for hours as crews frantically attempted to extinguish the flames and prevent it from spreading to nearby buildings. People were eventually able to go back home, but this caused some major problems. Whew. All right. Again, I'm tired today. Not really feeling like being at work, but at least, I didn't look outside and see my truck in flames because a manhole fire erupted beneath it. What else we got here? Snoop Dogg's credit card declined at a Winter Olympics dinner. I would assume that was just an error, right? Snoop Dogg's got to have money. I think he's doing pretty good. But I guess went back to the restaurant because, when you're Snoop Dogg and your card declines, they're like, just don't worry about it. You're Snoop Dogg. You can have your food for free. So he went back and gave him tickets to the Olympics, which is probably worth more than the meal he had. But I'm sure that was embarrassing. You ever had a card not work when it should? It's very frustrating. Super embarrassing sometimes. So I would imagine for Snoop, he was probably pretty frustrated with his bank. But I guess it all worked out in the end. All right, it's a little after 8. I'm going to dig up more stuff. And we got traffic school coming up in about 45, so get those questions ready for myself and Lieutenant Crane. It's going to be a lot of fun, as long as you take part. Back in a minute. Well, if you're headed to visit LA anytime soon, you might want to just bring your own vehicle or rent a car. I don't know about traveling on the bus after what I've been reading here. Could be a little bit unsanitary. So they had to put some messages up on the LA Transit, letting people know, hey, there are certain things you can and can't do when you're on the bus. So they kicked off the See Something, Do Something campaign, letting people know to snitch if you see people who aren't buying a ticket, if you see people smoking on the bus, drinking on the bus, pooping on the bus. Oh! Yeah, apparently this is a problem. A big enough problem that they had to set up a social media and ad campaign to let people know, hey, don't, number 2 on the bus, because there's not a bathroom on the bus. All right? Report misconduct immediately. Ugh. In the big city, pretty much any big city, you're going to encounter some smells. It's bad enough when you're outside, let alone trapped inside of a giant box rolling down the road. It's gross. Don't do that, okay? If you see something, do something about it. Oh, having to call the cops. Yeah, some guy, he's in row 7 on the left side. I'm not going to get into my graphic description that I could. You can make one up for yourself in your own head. People be nasty. They be nasty. Peaches, I just read that 10 years ago on this date, the movie The Witch was released. Have you seen this movie?
No, I'm thinking of a different one. I was about to say, does it have that weird creature towards the end? The whole house is on fire. I believe that one's called like The Ritual or something.
Oh, yeah. No, The Witch, it takes place in a small village, maybe in the early 1900s, late 1800s, and I don't want to spoil anything about the movie. It's an A24 movie, okay? I'd put it in the vein of something like Midsommar, Hereditary.
What about Sinners? Would it be that level?
No, because Sinners is more I don't know how you describe Sinners, but it's kind of action-packed and upbeat and fun.
Sinners is upbeat?
I thought it was.
It's a slow burn movie if I've ever seen one.
Singing and dancing. The Witch would definitely be a slow burn. Like I said, like Hereditary, Midsommar.
Oh.
And I was talking with this movie about Becca.
You're talking with this movie?
I said I was talking with Becca about this movie.
You said I was talking with this movie about Becca.
I don't believe I said that, Peaches. But anyway.
Rewind the tape.
All right, I'm going to back it up. But, yeah, she hated this movie, I guess. And I've been trying to get her to rewatch it. So I was just wanting to see your opinion on this movie. I think in the 10-year celebration, you and Aubrey should sit down and watch it. And I want to hear your thoughts on this particular film. Because I think it's great. I think it's a fantastic movie.
We just watched the movie Hitman with Glenn Powell, based off the real-life story of this guy named Gary Johnson, who he would pretend to be a hitman for the police. And so once the transaction was actually completed, then the police would come in and arrest the culprit.
Oh.
So he would put on these different disguises. He had over 70 disguises, 70 different personalities he would show up as, and would just pretend to be that person and fool the other person. And, well, I guess he also went through 3 different marriages, ended up just living by himself after that, lived with his cats. It's like a Hollywood edition of his life.
Yeah. So did you go back and look to see how true the movie was?
Yeah, there was some parts that they more so focused on Glenn Powell's character having a love story in the movie. That could be one of Gary Johnson's marriages, but yeah, he went through 3 of them. And
because sometimes those based on a true story, they're like, hey, this was a person that existed, and then the whole story is just made up.
Right. I know Michael Orr, the real-life dude from the Blind Side movie,
or
the whole Blind Side movie is based off of his life. He hated that film.
Yeah.
Hates it still to this day because everyone knows him as the Blind Side guy.
Yeah, like Catch Me If You Can with Leonardo DiCaprio. I guess most of that movie just made up. There's a bunch of them. Because anytime I watch something and it's made, based on a true story, I'll go back, look it up online, see the differences between the real life and that. Because sometimes in movies, you're just blown away by things that happen. Well, like this is unbelievable. And then, oh, yeah, it never happened.
There are those movies like Paranormal Activity that are like, this is based on a true story. It's like, yeah, magically the owner of the house was just in the kitchen cooking and all the kitchenware just fell. I don't believe that kind of thing because we've seen Ghost Adventures. We've seen how bland that show, how bland paranormal encounters really are. Like, oh, we saw an orb go flying by. That's the guy who died here back in 1862. That's, just so.
Well, it's kind of like all the Conjuring movies and things like that. I've listened to some podcasts about Ed and Lorraine Warren and, what really happened. And, I mean, it's Hollywood. They got to really spice things up sometimes to make, an entertaining movie. So, just because you see something that says based on a true story, don't just believe it, everybody. All right?
Could you find a list of worst based off a true story movies of all time?
I probably could.
Maybe we can look up the most accurate too.
Yeah, and then that might be some good stuff to go over during the noon hour of Madness and Mayhem, Peaches, since I think this is probably going to be my final break of the show, but that would be a pretty fun topic for today.
Sure.
Because I think that there are a lot of movies that people think are totally real, but they might have just the most basic amount of reality in them, like this was a person. You know, they existed, and here's a story. So
it is pretty wild to watch those accurate biopics and see a story like 42 with Jackie Robinson. Mm-hmm. Man, I would have been so mad if I was him. I'm shocked he had that much patience to deal with all that garbage.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine. All right, well, we're gonna get out of here, people. But y'all just hang on.
Well, we'll be back at 10.
Noon. Oh, actually, yeah, at 10, we have to announce our big giveaway.
Why do you think I'm sitting here?
All right. So, yeah, we'll be back in like 5 minutes to do our big giveaway announcement that you're really going to like. You're going to love it. All right. Let's talk about our big new giveaway that we're kicking off right now. Are you excited? I hope so, because it's a fun one. And we do it at this time of year generally. We've got the time change coming up. Boo! We all hate the time change. It sucks. So we're trying to make it better by teaming up with Brent Gordon Law, to give away a Nintendo Switch 2 bundle. Make the Switch is back. So, one lucky listener going to score a Nintendo Switch 2 bundle. You'll want to listen for the Mario sounder. When you hear it, be caller number 20, and you'll get an entry into the drawing. And you can also get bonus entries by signing up through each of our apps. K-Bear 101, Alt 101, and Cannonball 101. Super easy to get signed up in those apps. And then get as many extra entries as you can by being caller number 20 anytime we play that Mario sounder. So, thank you to Brent Gordon Law for teaming up with us to give away a Nintendo Switch 2 bundle. You know, might as well have something fun to do when you lose an hour of sleep. Ugh! Sorry, I don't even want to think about the time change right now. Not on a Friday when I'm tired. So, yeah, you can sign up in the apps now. The sign-up forms are live. And then just be listening for that Mario sounder, and we'll be hooking up a lucky winner here in just about 2 weeks. So get on it. Good luck. Make the switch with Brent Gordon Law. Thank you again for tuning in to the Victor Welch Show. This program is a production of Riverbend Media Group. To contact the show or for more information, hit us up at riverbendmediagroup.com.